Hello and welcome to another episode. Let's make the can we make the Mig Growl, episode 4. And today I'm actually going to cover air-to-ground gunnery and, uh, bomb release, basically. Before we do that, there's one thing I need to do. I need to map two controls, which will go to adjust controls here, specifically for the MiG. And we have here a bomb switch. Yeah. Tactical release switch. And it's on joystick button 2. And there's one control we need to map otherwise, which is going to be the safety for the guns. I have not mapped it yet, so we're going to put it on button 4, apologies. And we're going to keep it there. So now the plane itself, as you can probably see, it has been armed with two FAB 100M bombs, and we have a full load of ammunition in our cannons. I've already started the engine, so I'm not going to walk you through the startup procedure of the MiG-15. It's fairly simple, and if you want, you can refer to the previous videos. I have a couple of things left to do, such as slaving the gyro compass, and let's see, we need to enable the radio altimeter, which I usually forget, and 760, we need to set this to 0, okay, that should be fine. That's the actual barometric pressure that needs to be set in the altimeter. So we are ready to go. I need to just perform the brake test, which you have seen me do before. I'm going to put the throttle to about 10,000 RPM. The brakes should hold. I've already performed all the other tests. And we're going to cut power again to about 5,000. We're going to hold onto the brakes. We don't want the plane to escape. We've already engaged landing lights, and let's let it slide down. We've engaged actually the exterior lights, forgive me, not the landing lights. We will not use the landing lights at the present moment. And I believe we are ready to go. So I'm going to push the power forward a bit beyond 5,000 RPM. And we're going to taxi to the runway. We're at the same place at the Kobuleti Air Base. Now, the targets, I kind of try to make it as close as possible to the Korean War. So we have a convoy, which will be strafing with the onboard cannons. And finally, we will have a target that we will bomb with the FAB 100 bombs. The MiG itself can only carry out 2 50 or 100 kilogram unguided bombs, so basically dumb bombs. I've never really done the bomb dropping before, but it shouldn't be very difficult. The plane should start moving momentarily. There we go. I'm going to keep the power here as it is. And let's try to be a bit more gentle with the brakes. In the sense that we don't want to speed up too much. It's not a big taxi to the runway. I've made this on purpose. And as you know, this plane comes with hydraulic differential braking. So I need to use the pedals and applying individual brakes to the main landing gear. This is how the MiG-15 works. You'll see later when we get to the MiG-21. We'll be also doing the MiG-21 as well. It works in a similar way, just the MiG-21 is a bit more complex. Well, a lot more complex, but still a fairly easy plane to fly. I will say that I've never really even considered before trying the MiG-15. I've been more of a modern jet enthusiast, but I mean, for a 1950s jet, I believe it's actually quite good. It's a very good dogfighter. I haven't tried much dogfighting yet. I do have one training mission, which we will cover for aerial gunnery. And you can easily try this yourselves by, if you have the Belgium Tech Mig 15, by creating an instant action mission where you can choose interception, and the game will generate for you one AI target that you can set up and try to shoot down. Now the plane has a bit of a hard time locating air targets because we don't have a radar. Okay, we are ready to go. All clear. Flaps are set at 20 degrees. Gear lever is unlocked. Now, in these conditions, of course, I would normally turn on the landing light because, you know, for traffic, if there was any. Now, let's zoom it out a bit so we can actually have a good view of the whole dash. The airplane is ready. Control surface test. All's good. And now we're going to start our takeoff roll. I'm going to slowly increase power to about 9,000 RPM. And we didn't line it up properly, but soon we'll have enough authority over the rudder, so we will not need to use the differential braking. 9,500. I usually take off at around 10,000 RPM. I found this is the best value for me, at least. It may not be the most correct value, but okay. As we're rolling at about 150 kph, I'm going to pull the stick back gently. The plane will detach and will go up with a 5-degree nose up. The MiG-21 has a similar thing. It doesn't require a very high level nose up degrees. Gear up. Flaps up. And we are going to be turning to the southeast soon enough. I'd just like to get some altitude first. I'm barely at 100 meters, so I'm just using the stick now to control, no trimming, just the actual physical controls. Okay, we're getting close to 500 meters. We're going to begin our right turn very gently. We would like to maintain our climbing speed. Let's give it a bit more power so we don't lose actual speed. We're doing about 400 kilometers an hour. We're going to fly quite low. I'm expecting maybe 2,000 meters. Then the convoy is actually made out of 5 or 6 Willys MVs, Jeeps, basically. You might know them as conveniently as Jeeps, but they were known as Willys MVs. And alright, we're climbing 1,300. Yeah, all the measurement units are in meters. It's a European aircraft, Russian, but still it's in meters, so it's not very different once you get used to it. And we will reduce power to reduce the climb rate until we find a point where the plane will no longer climb. And we're going to use the trim to set up a more or less level flight. We don't plan to go down. Normally the trim, let's say if you put weapons down, weapons up, elevators up, elevators down, adjust the airspeed, but we found that we need to find a convenient point where the trim is actually set, so. And I forgot to put the gear lever to neutral, we don't need, so we can easily put it down, flaps to neutral as well. And now we're flying about 1,600 meters. which should be about right. Now, I know the jeeps are basically on the ground. There's a coastal road that we are going to, so we are going to go down and we're going to try to get a visual on them. Of course, we could use, of course, the Shift F10, but that would be cheating, so I need to find the jeeps. The jeeps are traveling towards Batumi, down the coastal road, so let's see if we can get a glimpse of them. Now, I've already preset the gunnery site. Let's load the gun. So what I'm doing is I'm preloading the guns. The first 23mm is not loaded. Now they're all loaded. And now let's see if we can find the jeeps. They should be following this road that you see here, past our port wing. That's a car, but they are a convoy. I don't know how fast they're traveling. I forgot actually to look, because I did this mission, so let's keep a good eye on the road. We know they are here, and they're, well, on the enemy camp, so there are actually two coastal roads here. Let's see if we can find them. That's actually a railroad. My apologies. So I need to see if we can spot them. They shouldn't be that far already, but anyway. We're gonna do a turn, low level turn. We're going to use the brakes to do a bit of a side slip so we don't lose speed. Okay, we're losing altitude. This is pretty high terrain here. The Caucasus area I've never been to, but it appears it's pretty high terrain, this close to the sea, so we're going to turn around. I'm using again the green camouflage, but I think it actually looks pretty cool. And we need to avoid this little hill. We don't want to crash now, do we? We're pretty low level flight. The radio altimeter basically will warn us if we get too close to the ground, but let's see if we can find our targets. They started out, if you look in the distance, there should be an abandoned airfield. I put them on that specific road that starts close to the abandoned airfield and heads out to the Batumi airport. So they're gonna follow the coastal road to an extent. Let's see. So this is finding the enemy the good old-fashioned way, using Eyeball Mark II. It's very awesome, trust me. Worst case scenario, I can show you some aerial gunner, like air-to-ground gunnery on some other targets, like cars on the road, but I don't really want to shoot civilian cars. It's not really my thing. Well, it's a game, I realize that, but there's a train. Yeah, I mean, this world is pretty populated. We just need to fly low. If I was in a helicopter, I would probably have a better time finding them, but I know they are here somewhere. Well, of course, I can always use the F10 map and cheat. And see where they are. I know they are here somewhere. So they are past Kobuleri, close to this section here. Okay, let's see if we can find them. Normally I use this abandoned airfield that I'm just flying over now for air-to-ground training, but I thought I might have got something more entertaining rather than just me bombing stationary targets. That's no fun, is it? So our targets are somewhere ahead. This is the town of Kobuleti in Georgia. I'm just using the Georgian side of the map, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And we're approaching. Let's see. How far are we? Well, we are going on the right path, but... Alright. Gun safety off. And I will need to move my gun sight here. I can still see my... and how far are we? Okay, they are somewhere on the road. I just need to find them. Maybe I could slow down a bit. And use that. Let's go back to normal flight mode. Yeah, I don't see them. I must have passed them already. Oh, I'm just on top of them. Okay, so let's try to attack them from the front. Normally you attack these convoys, I think, from behind or the flank, but probably from behind is the best way to do it. Okay. Let's see if I can identify them. Well, I guess I shot myself in the foot here by making them hard to find, but I don't think it's a problem. And I'm turning a bit too much here. I don't want to have a date with the Black Sea. No, thank you very much. I'm going to do my turn here. As you can see, this plane is all about Mark II eyeballs. If you can't see the target, well, bad luck to you. The tree is guarded by, the road is covered by trees, so I can't really see the targets extremely well. I have to wait for them to get in a town or in a clearer area. That's the railroad. Whale Road. I have enough fuel, so I'm not concerned about it. I'm not even flying fast, so my fuel consumption is quite low. I'm just circling overhead like a vulture at the moment, trying to see if I can get a glimpse of the any glimpse of the targets. Then I'm gonna dive on them like a hawk, and we're gonna strafe them with either the 23mm or the 37mm guns. And I know where the fixed targets are. They're close to Batumi. It's a bunch of tents and some trucks. We're gonna see how much of those we can take out. Or how many of those. Let's see, can I actually see those on the road? I'm not really I actually need to get more familiar with the roads here, since I made the map, but there are some cars. Let's try to keep our altitude here, if I manage to see them. As you can see, I'm quite the vulture today. Okay, let's give this plane a bit more power. It's asking for it. It's going a bit slow. I don't want to stall it. I was actually bleeding a lot of speed while turning. Okay, let's see if Vulture Man can see. Yeah, you can see the plane's shadow on the ground at some point. There they are! Found them. Alright. So they're gonna head into this town soon. So we're gonna turn around. Gonna keep an eye on their position. They're driving quite slowly, but we found them. That's the key point. I'm gonna gain some altitude because it's not very wise to strafe from low altitude. And we're gonna turn straight in. The road is parallel to the railroad over there. I'm gonna cut off the power a bit. Let's see. Did we get them? Yeah, they're just beneath us. Alright. Maybe another turn, then we're gonna turn into attack. I actually find the MiG-15 quite pleasant to fly. It's an old plane, but I don't really care. I mean, it does the job. It's for its time, I guess you can call it quite decent. Let's gain some altitude and let's follow the road traveled by few. And let's see if we can cause some havoc to those jeeps. Well, we might not get any kills. I'm still new at this. This is my first time actually doing air-to-ground gunnery, so you guys are gonna witness me being an idiot. But hey, that's fun. I'm always an idiot, right? Well, I try not to be, but... Okay, we know they are on the road. Let's put on the air brakes a bit. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of them. There they are. We're gonna uncage the... let's go up. Alright, that was a complete flop. Actually, I did hit something. I'm just not sure what I hit. Okay. That was with the 23mm cannons, so apparently I hit a target. Go me. And we're gonna do another swoop. Another fell swoop. I really hope I didn't hit a civilian car, that wasn't my intent. And now the AI will try to get off the road, so they don't get, you know, strafed again. Okay, that road is supposed to come into town. Let's look for the black smoke. At least there was some smoke. Where are those jeeps? There they are. Whoa. That was a close one. Okay, that was a bit too close. Too close for comfort. Let's get some altitude. I think I nailed one of them. The aircraft appears to be undamaged, which is what makes me quite happy. Let's move back to normal flying mode. And let's get some speed. I know where they are now, so it's going to be quite easy to find them. Let's give it full power. Yeah. There's also a B-17 on this map that I've used for aerial gunnery practice, but I'm not going to get into that yet. I don't really have a best resolution monitor, I guess, and I don't see really well. I admit, my eyesight is actually quite bad. And I would like to see better, but I do not. Let's see, can we actually get them this time? Can we get the little jeeps this time? No, they are not here. Where are those cars? Anyway, it's aerial gunnery. I also went for moving targets, which is a bit more difficult, but clearly I will not see them from this altitude. This is way too high. Well, they are nowhere in sight. Oh yeah, there they are. They're in the town. Well, not the best. I went a bit fast there. I shouldn't be going that fast. I was also at almost full throttle, so... I'm gonna use those buildings as a visual reference. I know where they were. those specific buildings. So we're gonna try to swoop on them again. Let's gain some altitude. And let's try to see if we can find them again. We're gonna flank attack the convoy this time. Let's see, I'll go to the gunnery mode, and I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit. They are in the town somewhere. We could, of course, wait for them to get out of the town. I don't want to attack the train. Train's not my target. Let's zoom out. Yeah, they're on that specific road there, but let's see where. Let's try to keep at a low altitude. Yeah, they're somewhere behind there. And we're gonna turn soon enough. The gyro is, by the way, uncaged, so it in a way predicts the impact of the rounds of my cannons. This is what I also use for aerial gunnery. I'm not sure now if this is the correct way to do it. Oh, there they are, yeah. Whoa. Okay, I had to break away. That was a bit too low. Of course, if you have criticisms or you want to, help me learn this better, feel free to tell me. I'm just using the 23 mils now. I haven't touched the 37mm cannon yet. Alright, let's turn the bird around. This is a very high G turn, by the way, for this. Not sure if it can actually take it, but apparently it's doing fine. So there are my lovely jeeps. Okay, I didn't kill any of them, but I did hit something, so I must have killed a civilian car. Okay, the secondary tank's empty. They are somewhere behind us, over there on that route. Here in the mountains, it's a bit hard to find targets, but again, this is not an A-10 with sophisticated equipment. This is a Korean War era jet, so it's actually a plane I've come to love and appreciate, but I think it was a good investment to add to my hangar. Okay, let's see if we can locate the targets again. I'm not very good at this, as you can see. They are somewhere around here. They are lurking somewhere here. Yeah, they are right there. There we go. Gonna maintain altitude 400 meters. That's actually the range I have set on the gunnery side. Let's left turn. I usually prefer doing right turns. I don't know, it's just my thing, I guess. I just prefer going right most of the time, but I feel really sorry actually. Again, I know it's a game and I've hit a civilian car, but again, it wasn't the purpose of this mission. So once we run out of cannon rounds, we're gonna try to bomb the stationary targets. Shouldn't be very different from the MiG-21. Okay, let's see, where are they? They're dead ahead, so I'm gonna reduce my speed. Are they going to the bridge? Yeah, that's a bridge there. Yeah, there they are. Whoa. My cannons didn't work for some reason. Are we out? Probably not. Oh, gun safety was on. Yeah. As you can see, I'm a complete idiot. I forgot to turn off the gun safety. I was wondering, why are my guns not shooting? Then I realized, hey, I didn't turn off the gun safety, idiot. Well, how are the guns supposed to shoot when you turn off to keep the safety on, huh? It's dumb. Now, by the way, by my previous line, I mean no offense to anybody whatsoever. It's supposed to be funny. My sense of humor, however, is, well, sometimes leaves to be desired. Now, where are those jeeps? I'm wasting a lot of fuel here. I'm actually already at 600 liters. This has a tank of, I think, about 1050 liters. The main one. Then the secondary one is about 364, if I remember right. Plus it can carry drop tanks, if it needs to, for long range. So it's not capable of on air-to-air refueling. Okay, landing lights off. I forgot the landing light on, so. And my targets are there. Ish. They are not there-ish. Yep, there they are. Yeah, but actually those trees have good cover, so provide at least very good cover for the trucks. Well, jeeps, you know. Cars, vehicles. So now this might not be the smartest thing one can do, but I told myself I'm going to get at least one. Nope. Okay, so now they're in the open. Okay, let's see what we can do about this. Yeah, that's the G, by the way. That guy is having horrible tinnitus in his ears now. Poor pilot. I'm actually killing the pilot. Alright, let's see if we can do another roll. Okay, that's going up, of course. We need to go down. And speed's gonna go up. This plane is actually very good at vertical maneuvering, I noticed. It's quite excellent at it. See if we can local find our targets. They're in this crop of trees here, I think. I just shot a couple of rounds. Maybe we nailed something. I'm just trying to strafe them. But anyway, well, for aerial gunnery, basically, you need to be quite precise. And again, I haven't really tried the moving targets, but we can at least try our luck with the stationary targets. Maybe we'll be a bit luckier. So, in order to launch the bombs, let's see what can we do about it. We can still fly around a bit. Let's put this in a relatively more nose down position. Let's reduce power. And I'm going to look here. And as you can see, bombs are off. This is gonna shoot, basically release. When we push the pickle, it's gonna release both bombs, not just one. I don't think it has the capability of selecting weapons. So we are going to go close to the Batumi airfield. Now these targets on the ground actually have some teeth. They're actually gonna shoot back, but since I know where they are, after all, I made the mission, It's a very simple mission, by the way. I should be able to hit them, hopefully. Now, as you can see, the beeper is actually set for bombing because we actually activated the bombs. My joystick button too is set to hit these targets. We're going to do a flyover first, see if they are indeed there. Let's zoom in again. There they are. Now, I'm going to leave about the same target size in the reticle. I'm not going to reprogram it. And we're going to put the paper beneath. I'm not sure how this is done in the MiG-15. I know the F5, for example. And we did hit something. Yeah. We hit just a bit before the target. But we're gonna do another turnaround and start strafing those stationary targets. But hey, that was my first attempt at bombing in the MiG-15. I should really turn the bomb arming system off, but we will soon enough once we start returning to base. Batumi is a neutral airfield, so it's probably gonna be the victim of many of my airstrikes. But okay, let's cut off the speed a little bit. We are going a bit too fast. And let's see if we can hit those trucks. Alright. We actually probably did hit something. There are a few trucks there as well. Let's go for another pass. I will not turn on the gun safety. Well, I'm actually going to turn it off while doing the turn into the target. After that, we will return to Completti because we're on about half a fuel tank, so operational limits are not that long for this jet, but it's fun to fly. So that's the only key point. Remember, just fly what you like. Don't fly something because it's extremely cool. Of course, there are many cool modules in this, yes, and I would recommend all of them at some point if you ever have the money or time for them, but by the way, the soldiers on the ground do have M1 Garands, so it's close as I can to the Korean War. I really wish there was a Korean War asset pack, but, well, hey, can't have everything. There is a World War II asset pack, by the way. If you want to try Warbirds, always give that a go. I do own the P-51 Mustang module. I do not have any of the others, but I can say with, by hand on my heart, as they say, that it's worth your time and money. The P-51 is a great module. Alright. Let's see, those are the tents. Yeah, we're going on target. Alright, let's see. There are a bunch of tents and some soldiers there, some trucks also. I'm firing like very few rounds. I'm just squeezing the trigger more or less. Let's check our altitude. Altitude's fine. Right down the line. And we're gonna do another turnaround. I do not have, again, I don't have a VR set, so I'm just using the hat stick on my old Trustmaster joystick. I really need a new one. I was thinking to get the 16,000. I heard it's actually decent. It has a game pack, by the way, with pedals and throttle. I heard it's also very good. Let's see if we can find those tents again. They are right. Oh, there are the trucks. But yeah, this is pretty much aerial gunnery and bombing. The bombing itself is, well, if you've done CCFE bombing using the good old Mark II eyeball, then that's pretty much what it is. Disarm the bombs, and we're gonna head on home. To the Koboleti airbase. Now it does have an ADF station, so we can probably use that for orientation. Find our way home. Now Koboleti was, let me just readjust myself here. Koboleti does have 870, so let's level off and keep our position. Let's turn the ADF on. Yep, Koboleti's right ahead. Okay, so we found our way home eventually. Okay, let's cut off the power a bit. We don't want to be climbing, we want to be preparing for descent. I'm going to show you the landing as well. This plane has been incredibly easy to land, in my opinion. I mean, I've had 4 out of 4 successful landings in it, so I think I'm doing pretty well. Koboleti has one of the easier approaches on this map. Again, there are 2 other maps, 3 if you consider the Persian Gulf, which is coming out very soon. It's available for pre-purchase, so if you don't have it, do definitely go on Eagle Dynamics, grab the Persian Gulf. It's actually going to mix very well with the Hornet, which is the new FA-18 module that's coming out from Eagle Dynamics. It's supposed to be even more complex than the A10, which is one of the hardest modules in DCS, but anyway, so we're preparing for landing. Let's see. The outer NDB marker is dead ahead, so on a bearing of 0 degrees. And if we check our map position, we are going straight towards it. The inner one I think is on 470, but we don't need to use it. If we find the outer marker, then we can actually find our way home. Plus, I know the map fairly well, so we're going past the abandoned airfield here, so we're very close to Koboleti. Now let's flip on that landing light switch, which is somewhere here. We're preparing to land, we're a bit high. Let's check our visual position visually. Let's cut off the power a bit. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna enter not a pattern, but I'm gonna lower flaps. And when you lower flaps, the plane will always want to go up. It's a thing. Prepare landing gear. It's gonna take about 8 to 12 seconds to get down, to basically extend. Alright, there's the marker. We're gonna turn into the marker. Flaps 2, which means more or less full flaps. 55 degrees. This plane has 20 and 55 degrees positions. Trailing edge flaps. So trailing edge means basically, as far as I know, they're on the back side of the wing. Leading edge, your flaps will be on the front side of the wing. Some planes have both. I think the F-18 has both. Let's try to keep her aligned. Again, this plane has no ILS systems, so okay, we're going a bit too slow. I just noticed that our speed was a bit on the low side, on the low end, so it's not good. Runway's dead ahead, so let's try to keep her in a very... Well, okay, we passed the marker. Okay, let's see if we can keep her... Let's put the nose down a bit. Yeah, there's the runway. We're not properly aligned, but let's cut off the speed to idle. The plane will slowly or gradually reduce its speed. Not my best landing, but okay. Power to idle. Okay, I just did a very bad thing over there. I'm just gonna slam into the runway. That wasn't my smoothest landing. I flared a bit too much. Yes, I know there's a B-17. Let's get the power up. Alright, taxi to parking area. Roger, roger. Well, anyway, I'm not going to show you the whole taxiing process. It's quite long and boring, but thank you for watching. That was my first attempt at aerial gunnery and, well, CCIP dive bombing. CCIP means constantly computed impact point. This plane has no advanced instruments for that. It has just the pipper, which predicts where your stuff will fall, but, you know, it's a 50-50. As they say, it's not exactly certain where your ordnance will fall. But regardless, anyway, I would like to thank you all if you watched. Thank you even more if you subscribed. And thank you triple times if you actually leave me any comments, criticisms, or hey, tell me I'm amazing, or tell me I'm an idiot. I'll be happy anyway if you actually tell me something. So, on behalf of me and my trusty MiG-15, I tell you to have a very nice evening wherever you are in the world. And remember, fly safe. And subscribe if you liked what you saw. If you want to know more, feel free to post questions and comments. But anyway, I'll see you in the next flight. Keep safe. Bye-bye.